Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. This will be a twin flame reading. And just a little fun fact behind the scenes note, I do not have a schedule for these readings. I wake up and feel into the energy and see where it wants to go. Okay, let's drop right in. So on the left, we have the masculine energy. On the right, we have the feminine and the union energies down the center. Okay, masculines. I know you've been going through a tough time. Honor this period of time as a massive rite of passage. You are crossing over this threshold. Another way to say that is you are being invited to walk through these pillars of ascension. You have free will. And you are a sovereign being. So this is your choice. This is up to you. Honor that whatever turmoil and chaos is happening in your human life equates to order in the divine realm, in the realm of spirit. Okay, divine masculines, congratulations on stepping into this work because you've been learning to calibrate and harmonize with your inner feminine energy. You are allowing your inner feminine to shine through. This is allowing for massive expansive growth. And because of this kind of newfound acceptance and integration, you have access now to a more pristine intuition and discernment. You may notice that you have access to more creative expressions, or that you're getting more creative in the way you choose to express yourself. Maybe you went from a linear way of expression to a more spiral way of expression, which is the feminine way. Okay. Yeah, divine masculines. Hold on. Okay, we have this twin flame facilitator card. I can't stop staring at the imagery. It's like a vortex, or I'm thinking of, the flux capacitor from Back to the Future. You are in this like really intense kind of launching energy right now. And you are accessing the truth of this double mission that you carry here within you. You are not only channeling and integrating for self, you are also doing this to be in service to uplift humanity. I'm also drawn to the figures on this card of these beings. I mean, they look like they're getting abducted, but let's not go there. Imagine getting pulled up like that. When you are being lifted up, all of a sudden you can feel the force of gravity much more acutely, right? So as you ascend, it is going to be much easier for you to discern that which is weighing you down. And you're going to be asked to clear whatever no longer serves this next level of illumination. Let me read this card to you, this clearing card. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. In the last few readings, whether they've been twin flame or not, we have this concept of sovereignty, that we are all stepping into deeper awareness and reclaiming parts of self that we have given away, parts of our power that we have given away. Okay, let's see. I don't think there's anything left. Okay, let's move on to feminines and we'll see whatever comes up. We can always go back. Excuse me. Okay, feminines, where are we? Where are we? Feminines have been doing profound work in clearing their own karma. How do we clear our karma? We take radical accountability and radical responsibility for what is showing up in the present moment in our lives. It doesn't matter if something happened, quote unquote, to us. It's our duty to assess the situation, to create I was going to say to make aligned meaning, but it's more than that. It's, again, training our lens so that we can access the highest and best possible interpretation. This takes profound skill and it can take a lifetime. So don't be hard on yourself if this is very difficult for you. And let's be transparent and honest here. If you've actually been a victim, I just had this talk with my friend today. In the spiritual realm, on a divine path, I pose the question, can victimhood really exist if we are trusting in divine guidance? And this gets a little dicey when we start unpacking this, because I honor the profound pain and trauma it is when we have felt taken advantage of or betrayed or had especially our physical boundaries crossed in some way. So honor that pain. I honor that trauma. It is a real dense emotional and energetic experience. So honor that. However, we can't stay in it, right? It doesn't serve our soul's purpose to stay in those dense energies, that pain, that trauma, that blaming. So when I say taking accountability and radical responsibility for self, it's not to abandon and bypass what has happened. It is to not let what has happened dictate the next steps of your life. Okay. Yeah, divine feminines, you're increasing your frequency, you're accessing this higher conscious awareness, and you're learning especially to surrender. I just talked with a client yesterday about the throne, and I love that this imagery keeps coming up. So on the throne, and I actually invited her to do a little art project and create her own throne. So I'm going to share that with all of you. Maybe it would be a fun little project to create your own throne. It could be 3D, it could be 2D, you could paint it, draw it, you can use pipe cleaners, whatever feels good for you. And there's something here about building your own throne so that you can honor that you are, well, hold on, not yet. So that you can come into deeper resonance or even belief around this platform, around this foundation. And by getting that one step closer to this archetype, this throne archetype of, this regal, royal energy of your divine feminine power, it becomes more believable, right? We're just one step closer in allowing that energy to permeate the body, mind, and psyche. Okay, divine feminines, congratulate yourselves, for another part of this throne piece is learning to surrender, right? You're learning to be held by the universe, by your throne, and you're allowing self to go with the flow. You are learning to, I'm doing this motion, you can't see me, I'm doing this. You're learning to allow your soul to merge with the higher soul, to merge with the one, the I am. And because of this divine union, I just realized that in this card, I never saw that. It's actually two swans. I've never seen that before. It's two swans and there's like an infinity symbol above them. Wow, this is so beautiful. This for me symbolizes this divine inner and outer union. So you not only have the Hierogamy union between your inner god and goddess, you also have this external Hierogamy between the unified God within and the God without, the God that is one, the consciousness, whatever, unity, total and complete unity. So divine feminines, like this is a really exciting time where you're actually in your 3D bodies feeling the support that this spiritual path can give you. It actually feels concrete to be able to lean on this kind of divine abundance, this divine inheritance. It's the body actually believes it and can rely on it in times of stress in the 3D. Okay. Sorry, there's like 4 different narratives here. Okay, we have one narrative around really choosing mission, really allowing mission to douse your body. Sorry, I'm doing this very sensual motion. Like I feel this, God is like melting all over and sharing its juices all over our body in our inner temple. And we get to wield our life force and free will and sovereignty in a way that is devoted to this higher mission. When in doubt, tune into the portal of your heart. Your heart is your inner compass and will not send you astray unless you're allowing your ego or monkey mind to inform and override your heart's wisdom. Yeah, you may have to take, again, radical accountability for the changes that need to be made in your life. Let me read you this change card. It says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. This is so beautiful. This is a surrender card. This is a surrendering to this throne energy, that you are held and supported, that you are allowed to rest, that everything you need will be magnetized to you. You don't have to go out and penetrate the world, penetrate your life to get what you want. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to rest, lean back, and receive your divine inheritance, your divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. This again reminds me of that idea and concept that we are human beings, not human doings, right? And it's so easy in this crazy fast-paced society we've built to think we have to penetrate the world and go out there and take action and do something, when really that is something that we have to beat out of our psyche. We have to call back in the exalted feminine energy. Okay, is there anything else? Yeah, divine feminines, honor that if you feel that you're in a little bit of a bumpy ride. This is for a smaller group of feminines, because most of this, the bigger chunk of this reading is really this delicious sinking back and receiving. But there is a small group of feminines who are still in the bumpy rides of the karmic clearing. So really honor exactly where you're at. Try not to use any of your precious life force to thinking about where you're not. Just bring all of that loving awareness to exactly where you are and what's in front of you in the present moment. Okay. All right, let's go to the unconscious. So yeah, oh wait, should we go union first? No, let's go unconscious. Okay, for both energies, we have this awareness card in the unconscious, and it says crystal clear vision. It's almost like this vortex swirling around this eye, right? So honor where you're still struggling to have this, how should I say it? Honor where you're still struggling to honor what's coming through your third eye, essentially. So basically, honor if it's been difficult to follow divine knowing, right? That's okay. We're spiritual beings trying to figure out this, human experience, and it gets a little wonky but it's a bumpy ride. So honor where you've maybe turned away from this higher truth. It's okay. But again, it's time. You're being called to this higher mission to uplift humanity. So it may be time to bring this vision into into the light, right? So what does that actually look like in 3D? I always like to ground these concepts into, actual 3D physical environment, into our physical bodies. So yeah, so this might be writing out a mission statement for yourself and your life. And you could have a couple different mission statements. You could have one for your personal life, one for your mission, one for your relationships, one for, career. You could do that. But what ends up happening as we come deeper and deeper into our sovereignty is that we end up having one mission statement, right? Because so often this society has forced us to fragment self. Yeah, sorry, I just felt that. It went from my heart to my third eye. It like ping-ponged back and forth. Whew, okay. Yes, the whole point of this journey is to come into pristine awareness of our wholeness, of our unity, of this oneness. And so, yeah, I like this idea of the mission statement. And you can refine it, put something on paper and hang it up somewhere you walk by every day. Like maybe it's your bathroom mirror, or maybe it's in the kitchen, and just look at it, read it the next day, see if it still aligns with you, and start making tweaks to this. This isn't, it's kind of a huge thing. You're writing out your soul's mission here, and it's okay if you have 32 drafts. It's okay. It's more than okay. Okay. In the unconscious, we also have soulmate clearing core wounds. This message came out a few days ago about if there's any energetic debris in your body-mind vessel from previous partners, it may be time to do a clearing ritual. We could get really fancy with rituals, but I'm like a boots on the ground, salt of the earth kind of like, let's keep it simple, stupid kind of vibe. So even just setting the intention, even saying out loud, I surrender all energies that no longer serve my highest purpose. That's enough. If you have time to do more and it feels in alignment and you feel called to create like a cord cutting ritual, or I really love soul retrieval exercises. There's this one that was floating around the internet that I absolutely loved, and I used to do it every day when I used to work my clinical job. So there's this exercise for soul retrieval, and you take 2 cups of water outside, and hopefully it's a season where you can be barefoot on the earth, on Mother Gaia. And in 1 cup, you say, I put into this cup all of the energy and all of the gifts and all of anything that I've taken from other people. And I return to this cup everything that is not mine to carry. And then it goes into the cup, right? And then you pour the cup and give it back to Mother Gaia. In the other cup, you say, I call all of these energies and all the parts of myself that I've given away over the years, I call them home, back to self. And in that cup of water, you actually drink. So make sure it's drinkable water, just FYI. Yeah, and you drink that, and it just became, I literally would do this every morning before I went to work, and it just became this beautiful ritual of honoring my boundaries and coming into wholeness and recognizing my power and celebrating that, and also honoring all who have come before this moment, and really gifting back all of those pieces back to those people. You can Google soul retrieval rituals. There's so many things out there, but I just love that one. Okay, in the unconscious, we also have karma, and we also have no. Wait, postpone, pause, say no. All right, mind you, again, this is in the unconscious. So I'm going to call you out here right now and ask you, where in your life are you saying yes, but you really want to say no? Period. That's it. You are being called to task, and this is your task. So we are coming into deeper honoring of self, and honoring how to honor self. We honor our boundaries. That's like spiritual path 101. We have to be able to discern what is a yes and what is a no. And the biggest gift of all, and I learned this in sacred sexuality communities around boundaries and consent. If you want to learn more about that, you could check out Betty Martin's Wheel of Consent. She has books, but she has a ton of YouTube videos, like very old YouTube videos that are perfect. The Wheel of Consent is a little confusing the first time you hear it, but when you really can integrate the message of it, it changes the way you come into relationship with this thing called consent. There's not just one flavor of consent. There's all these different flavors, and it starts to color your world when you can. It's like going from seeing in black and white to seeing in color. I can't speak highly enough about this Wheel of Consent. I believe if the Wheel of Consent was taught to like kids, there are kid versions out there, that we would change the world, that we would all take radical responsibility. And imagine a bunch of kids stepping into their sovereignty. Like, how cool would that be? And their autonomy of like honoring their bodies, honoring their body instrument and what it's communicating to them. The biggest example of teaching your kids to cross their boundaries is like when you're growing up. I'm sure most of us have had this experience when you're a little kid and you meet a relative that you don't really know that well, and your mom or dad is like, give them a hug. Well, you're essentially telling this kid to hug a stranger, and it doesn't always feel good in their body. So really giving back and taking back that autonomy and that belief in self, that belief in one's voice, to wield one's voice and choice. It's really beautiful. Highly recommend. Again, it was Betty Martin's Wheel of Consent. She's on YouTube too. I think her handle on I'm sorry. She is on YouTube, but I was thinking Instagram. I think it's Wheel of Consent, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let me stop talking about that. Again, where in your life are you saying yes when you want to say no? Oh, that's what I was saying. The biggest part of this discernment boundary piece is identifying maybes, because the maybes in our life is where everything goes haywire and crazy. If it's a maybe, it's a no for now. So just kind of imprint that on your brain somewhere, or write it on a Post-it, put it in your car, put it on your mirror, whatever. But look at it. If it's a maybe, it's a no for now. Maybe it's a maybe until you get more information, or maybe it's a no today, but maybe it'll be a yes tomorrow. So there's I think the most important part of the consent piece is really siphoning out maybes and really mastering the maybe. I don't know why I'm being told to say this, but if a friend wants to meet you for lunch and you don't want to go, you don't have to go. Why are you going? Because here's the thing. If you go to that lunch with that friend when you don't want to be there, that's an energetic imprint that is shrouded around you. You'll feel it, your friend will feel it, and it will take away from the presence and the heart-centered connection of the heart-centered potential of that moment. So really, I don't care how small it is. I don't care if you don't like the brand of salad dressing you're buying. All consent matters. I think that's really important, because here's the thing, guys. In an energetic world, energy does not discern consent. You're either in consent or you're out of consent. It doesn't matter what the situation is. Again, it doesn't matter. It's like if you're buying a journal you don't like, or you're choosing a partner you like. That's such a common one of like, oh, this partner looks really great on paper, but I don't feel that connection with them. This is your life. This is your sovereign life, and you get to come into the deepest, most profound alignment with self. Okay, I've talked enough about that. Let me clean up the unconscious, and we will go to the union energies. Hold on, I need a sip of something. It's really funny to talk this long and to not have someone talk with you, but my years of sending voice notes with all my friends have definitely trained me for this moment. Some of my friends and myself send like 30-minute messages. So there we go. I guess I have been prepared for this. Okay, union energies. This is beautiful, and I'm super excited. Primary card, integration, multidimensional healing. Yes, let's all give yourselves a round of applause. Sorry if that was loud in the microphone, but I just had to, celebrate where you are. Celebrate. I described the work of this twin flame path. It's not like someone gives you one problem to work on. It's like someone gives you one problem and then you're looking at it through a kaleidoscope. And it's this beast that is constantly shifting and changing and switching it up. And there's different shapes and colors, and it's in constant flux. It's a living, breathing organism. Do you understand how profound this healing is, that you've been able to access this? Another way to think about it, I'm getting a lot of shapes, like a dodecahedron, right? I think it's a 12-sided shape, right? If this resonates with some of you, Metatron's cube, that's all I'll say. I'm not going to go into it. But it's like, just when you think you've completed one leg of the journey and healed something else, about 10 more things show up. And so we have to come into relationship with this journey in a way that is sustainable. We need to care for the vessel, because the first time this happens to you, it can feel very defeating, right? We've worked so hard to get to this supposed destination. It's like working so hard to scale a mountain, and then you get to the top and realize, oh, there's 100 more mountains to climb, right? It's that kind of defeated energy. But listen, drop that as soon as you can, because it does not support this present moment healing. Okay. Do I have anything else to say about that? Right. The sooner that you can drop this whole thing, this whole attachment to the destination, the sooner you realize that all of the gifts that you are seeking are in the present moment. We have this beautiful, look at this swan card. Wait, let me hold it up. The swan is crowned, is literally wearing a crown. It says, it's an 1111 card. It says mission accomplished, and it says welcome home. Beautiful. Beautiful. Again, honor this celebration. There's all these themes about in the last month, especially for feminine energy, but again, reminding you, this is union energy, all about accessing joy, taking time to rest and celebrate how far you've come. It's so easy to get so, micro present that we don't really pick our heads up and look how far we've journeyed. We are coming home to self. We are transforming any sort of discrepancies between the head and the heart. We are stepping deeper into this ease, which gives us access to the pleasure of the journey, the calling, the pleasure in the calling, right? The pleasure in the mission. We have this card, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north, right? That's what we're doing. We're accessing We're having a change in our perception, right? We're seeing beyond illusion. We're dismantling all illusions that no longer serve this higher calling. Again, we are sharpening our lens so that we can access the highest and best interpretation. You're going to hear me say that 100 times. I'm going to say this again. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So often we overcomplicate this healing work. And if we can really just take a step back, we often are already doing the thing that we desire, right? And then we have this warrior woman card. Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, so reminding you, this is under the union energies. We have a feminine twin activating higher self, and we have warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? This is really cool because what this is telling me is that both masculine and feminine energies are finally honoring the feminine presence. It's like the masculine who's been on their throne for a very long time in society, right? It's been a very patriarchal approach to life and all these things. The masculine, whether ascended or not, knows that their throne exists. For feminines, they haven't known their throne has existed. We've had to battle kind of this worthiness and this, we've had to battle for our rightful place. So the fact that in the union energies, the feminine energy is activating this higher self, it is very exciting. Both masculine and feminine are honoring the power and the mission and the drive of the feminine polarity. Holy crap. I just got full body chills. This is incredible. I need to pull more cards on this specific thing. Let's see. I guess I'll do these. Hold on. Ooh, missing a card. Hold on. Okay, what do I want to ask, Spirit? Yeah, what would support union in building this throne or honoring the feminine throne? What do we need to know about that? Is there anything? Oh, okay. We have stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifestation vortex. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So I think everything is going to pick up because both energies are finally honoring the feminine. I don't want to run out of time. Let me see here. Sorry, I don't want to have to split the video in two annoying parts. I'm so sorry for when that happens, by the way. We also have the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. Okay, right? Divine union. Masculine energies are finally dipping their toe in oneness and realizing how good the water feels, right? They're finally believing it. We also have Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine. Mission is loud and clear in this reading, guys. Like, it is so potent. Let's get one Buddha wisdom before the camera goes out. Ooh, okay. We have surrender your judgment, see beyond the end and the beginning. Thank you so much for being here today. I will see you in the next one. So much love to you all.